Ladies and gentle people all, welcome to Leonardo's Club, my club. Now I do so hope you enjoy this night of music, festivities, and jazz, but I must so humbly ask you to please silence those little rectangles that you all hold in your hands for some reason. You don't quite understand them, but you seem to be looking at them weird. But before I bid thee adieu, I must so warmly introduce my lovely niece Beatrice and my beautiful daughter Hero. Thank you.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever, on foot in sea and one on shore, to one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. The fraud of men was ever so, since summer first was levy. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very nearby this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many men have you lost in the war?
Few of any sort, and none of name.
Good. A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers, and of such a musical note too, for a victory on the battlefield shall be exchanged for revelry on the stage. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor upon a young Florentine called Claudio. Is that right?
Yes, much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none in the army of any sort.
What is he that you speak of, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
He set up bills here in Messina and challenged Cupid at the flight. But I pray you, for how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars, but how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, thou tax Signor Benedict too much, but he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done a good service, lady, in these wars, and a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt her and Signor Benedict. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Who is his companion now? Every month he hath a new sworn brother.
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
O Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is no sooner than caught the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. O God, help the noble Claudio. If he hath got the Benedict, it will cost him 1,000 pound ere it be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
Nope, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signor Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Oh, never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For comfort being gone, trouble should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embraced your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Oh, her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for Almacina, as like him as she is.
I wonder you should still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Well, then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else be troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God. And my cold blood, I'm of your humor for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other may escape a scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way, I God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonardo. Signor Claudio, Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at least a month.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not of many words, but I thank you.
Pleased your grace lead on?
Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Would you question me, as an honest man should, for my simple and true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why, I faith, methinks she too low for high praise and too little for great praise. Only this commendation may I afford her. Were she other than as she is, she were unhandsome. And being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray you, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into.
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that I ever looked upon.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn to the contrary if here would be my wife.
Is't come to this, I faith, shall I never see a bachelor of 60 again?
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonardo's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I would charge thee on thy allegiance.
On my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that's your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
Amen! If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither see how she should be loved, nor know how she is worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I shall hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, as time shall try, in time, the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, here you may see Benedict, the married man.
Come, Signor Benedict, repair to Leonardo's, commend me to him that I will not fail him at supper, for he hath made great preparation.
Examine your conscience, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness may now do me good.
My love is thine to teach.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She is his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord. When you went onward with this ended action, I looked upon Hero with a soldier's eye that liked but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and at war's thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging, soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero with the book of words. If thou dost love Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero that I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then, after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine in practice. Let us put it presently.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach, and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. And laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have, of late, stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his graces.
And you're in his band.
Where it is impossible you should take true root, but by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I'd rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. It must not be denied, but I'm a plain-dealing villain. I'm entrusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, leave me that I am and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give you intelligence on an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on?
Marry, for it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? Which way look he?
Marry on the Lady Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo. I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and once having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You both are sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man, made just in the midway between him and Benedict. One too like an image and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then half Senor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world, if I could get her goodwill.
Faith, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In vain. She's too cursed.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, then go you into hell?
No, but to the gate, and there will the devil meet me, like an old cuckold with horns on his head, and say, Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here's no place for you maids. So deliver I up to St. Peter for the heavens, and he shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you'll be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith, it is my cousin's duty to make a curtsy and say, Father, as it please you. And yet, for all that, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer. The revelers are entering. Brother, make good room.
Will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
Well, I would you did like me.
So if I would not, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry, amen.
Oh, God matched me with a good dancer.
Amen.
I know you well enough. You are Senor Antonio.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You could never do him so ill well unless you were the very man. Here's his dry hand, up and down. You are he. You are he.
At a word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, mum. You are he. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and I had my wit out of 100 merry tales. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. I'm sure he'll break a comparison or two on me.
Sure, my brother is amorous on Hero and has withdrawn with her father to talk with him about it. The ladies follow her, and but one visor remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office of affairs and love. Herefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not.
Farewell, therefore, Hero.
Count Claudio,
Yea, the same.
come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow, Count, about your own business. The prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Well, did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Alas, poor hurt fowl, now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince is fool. I'm not so reputed. 'Tis the base though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person, and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had gotten the goodwill of this young lady.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is very much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block, an oak, but with one leaf on it would have answered her. She had told me, not thinking I was myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw, huddling jest upon jest, with such impossible conveyance upon me, that I stood like a man at a mark, with the whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. Were her breath as terrible as her terminations, there would be no living near her.
Look, here she comes.
God, sir, do you have me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the Antipodes that thou can devise to send me on. Do you any embassage to the Pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy?
None but to desire your good company.
God, sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord, he lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for a single one. Marry, once before, he won it out of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
What? How now? Count, wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Ah, I faith, lady, I think you're blazing to be true. Though, I'll be sworn if he be so. His conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I would but say how happy, if little much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or, if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let not him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Oh, good Lord for alliance. Thus goes everyone to the world but I'm sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry hey-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather one of your father's getting. Hath your grace never a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me, I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. And to be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried, and then there was a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant spirited lady.
Oh, there's little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For my daughter hath often say, she often dreams of unhappiness and wakes herself with laughing.
She cannot endure tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means, my lord. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent suitor for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, My lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is a hence just 7 night, and the time too brief too to have all things answer my mind.
I warrant thee, Claudio, time will not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it to match, but I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will minister such assistance as I shall give direction.
I am with you, my lord, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you, fair hero?
I will do my modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me, and I shall tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonor shall be brought upon me.
Show me briefly how.
I believe I told your lordship, but years since, how much I'm in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman of Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable moment of the night, appoint her to look out at the lady's dressing room.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
Why, the poison in that lies in you to temper. Tell the prince that he hath made a mistake, marrying the renowned Claudio to the likes of Hero.
And what proof shall I make of that?
Go then, find me a meet hour between the prince and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that the Lady Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal between both the prince and Claudio. As in, love of your brother's honor, who hath made this match, and his friend's reputation, who will soon be condemned by the semblance of a maid, that you have discovered thus. Bring them to see this the very night before the intended marriage. For in the meantime, I will fashion the matter that the Lady Hero shall be absent, and jealousy shall overthrow Claudio's affection.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed in such shallow follies in others, become the own argument of his scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there were no music in him but the drum and the fife, and now he had rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Now he will lie 10 nights awake, covering the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now he's turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it, till he have made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come into my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise or I'll none. Virtuous or I'll never cheapen her. Fair or I'll never look on her. Mild or come not near me. Noble or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be...
Of what color it please God?
Ha, the prince and Monsieur love. I will hide me in the booth.
Come, shall we hear this performance?
Indeed, my lord.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Very well, my lord.
Come, Balthazar, shall we hear this performance again?
Sigh no more, ladies. Sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more dumps, so dull and heavy. The fraud of man was ever so, since summer first was levy. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, nonny, nonny.
By my troth, a good performance.
And an ill singer, my lord.
Ah, no, Faith. Thou singest well enough for a shift. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, aye. Stock on, the foul cit. I never did think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I, my lord. But so good that she should so dote upon Senor Benedict, whom she had in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit? Never came counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How now, I pray you? You amaze me! I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
As had I, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this a gull, but the white-bearded fellow speaks it.
He hath taken the affection. Hold it up.
Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and she swears she never will. That's her torment.
Oh, and she cries, weeps, sobs, prays, curses, beats her heart, tears her hair, cries out, "Oh, Benedict, God, give me patience."
It is so. My daughter says it, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter is sometimes afeard she will do a great outrage to herself. It is very true.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent, sweet young lady. And out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict. I would have doubted all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict, and hear what it will say.
Word good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she will die if he love her not, and she will die if he make her love known, and she will die if he woo her.
She doth well. If she should make tender her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. I love Benedict well, and I wish he could modestly examine himself and see how unworthy he is so good a lady.
Well, my lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let the same net be spread for her, and that your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. Let us send him in to dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. Love me! Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and page these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor?
No, the world must be peopled.
When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Lady Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You took pleasure, then, in the message?
You have no stomach, Signor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am bid to send you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that.
Good Margaret, take thee to the parlor. There thou shalt find my cousin Beatrice, proposing with the prince and Claudio. Whisper in her ear and tell her I and Ursula converse in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her.
Oh, I'll make her come, I warrant you, presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be of how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is crafty little Cupid's arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay. For now, begin. There goes Beatrice, close by the grounds to hear our conference.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madame?
They didn't treat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they love Benedict, to never let him know, and to counsel him to fight against his passion.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full, as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
O God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice.
Mm-hmm.
Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, and her wit values itself so highly that all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no project, no form of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, certainly it would not be good that she knew of his love, lest she make sport at it. Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No. Rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy interested.
I pray you, be not angry with me, madame. Speaking my fancy, Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report throughout Italy.
Indeed. He doth have an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madame?
Why, tomorrow. Come, go in.
She's limes, I warned you. We have caught her, madame.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden bride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedick, love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
I do but stay till your marriage, then go I toward Aragorn.
I'll come thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil in the new loss of your marriage. I do but stay with Benedick for his company.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Hang him, Trant, there is no true drop of blood in him, to be truly touched with love.
I have the toothache.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I want one that knows not.
Old Senor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak with you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by then played their parts with Beatrice, and now the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save thee.
Good den, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
Why are we whispering?
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
Do you know he does?
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me by that I now will manifest.
What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she. Your hero, Leonardo's hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
Go but with me. You shall see her dressing room entered by another, even the night before her wedding day.
May this be so?
Now, if you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
I will not think it, and yet I see it. Do not, brother, disgrace yourself.
Why then, in the congregation where I should wed her tomorrow, there I will shame her.
I will join thee.
Are you good men and true?
Yeah. Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
You have been chosen for the prince's watch. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore you bear the lanthorn. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrom men, and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if a will not stand?
Why then take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and you are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for
For the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. If you do meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man, and for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been called a merciful woman, partner.
Truly, I would never hang a dog by my will, much less a man who hath any honesty in him. Well, masters, good night. If there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Come, let us sit here upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
One word more. Honest neighbors, I pray you watch about Signor Leonardo's door, for the wedding be there tomorrow. There is a great coil tonight. Adieu, be vigilant, I beseech you.
Conrad! Conrad, I say!
Here, there, my elbow.
Mass, and I thought my elbow itched. I thought a scab would follow.
I shall owe thee an answer for that. Now forward with thy tale.
Come, let us hide under this penthouse, for it begins to drizzle rain. And like a true drunkard, I will utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters, yet stand close.
I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
I have tonight wooed Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman of Hero, in the name of Hero. I will tell thee how the prince, Claudio, and my master, planted, placed, and possessed by my master, Don John, who saw afar the club.
And they thought Margaret was Hero?
We charge you with the prince's name! Sit! Call for my master constable. We've here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
Never, never speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to come with us.
Gotten home.
What would you with me, good neighbor?
Marry, sir, I have some confidence with you that would discern you nearly.
Well, what is it? I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, this it is, sir.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, hath taken a couple as errant knaves as any in Messina.
One word, sir. Our watch, sir, hath comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would hope to have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am now in great haste as it may appear unto you. Drink some wine ere you go.
My lord, they say for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I will wait upon them. I am ready.
Go, good partner, go. We are now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her, friar. You come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If any of you know any inward impediment on why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Stand thee by, friar. There, Leonardo, take her back.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Is my lord well, that he doth speak so wide?
What say you, prince?
What should I say? I stand dishonored to link my dear friend to gossip and scandal.
What man was he talked with you yesternight betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then are you no maiden? Leonardo, I'm sorry you must hear. Upon my honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her at that hour talk with a ruffian in her dressing chamber.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Why, how now, cousin hero? Wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light smother her spirits up.
How now, cousin hero?
Grieved I had but one. Why had I one?
Lady, what man is he you're accused of?
That they do accuse me, I know none.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
The two of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, it is the fault of John the Bastard.
I know this not, but if these words speak truth of her, these hands will tear her. But if they speak false, I will tear them apart.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the prince is left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed.
What will become of this? What good will this do?
Upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused, and Claudio shall mourn.
Old Senor, let the friar advise you.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
Lady, come, die to live this wedding day. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you, and yet, believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my soul, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear it and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You've stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, good Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height a villain who has slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man, bear her in hands until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, oh God, that I were a man.
I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man in the night, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
Oh God, that I were a man for his sake, or I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesy, valor into compliment. He is now as valiant as Hercules, who only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
By this hand, Beatrice, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I'm engaged. I will challenge him. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Which be the malefactors?
Mary, that am I and my partner.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Pray, write down Borachio.
There's no B.
Use the 8. And yours, sir?
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea, sir. We hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God, but write God first. For God defend, but God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proven that you are little better than false knaves, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous, witty fellow, I assure you, but I will go about with him. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Well, stand aside. For God, they are both in a tale. Have you writ down that they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John to accuse the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary, as ever was committed.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did meet upon his word to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
O villains, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
That is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonado's. I will go forth and show him their examination.
let them be opinioned.
Let them be in the hands of Vern.
Away! You are an ass! You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass. But remember that I am an ass, though it not be written down. Yet forget not that I am an ass.
My soul doth tell me Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know. So shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio.
Good den, good den.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Oh, well, are you so hasty now? Well, fare you well, my lord. All is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he should right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou hast wronged me, thou dissembler, thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy word again, I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand, if it should cause such fear to your age.
Tush, tush, man, no Claudio to thy head. Thou hast so wronged mine innocent child and me that I am forced to challenge thee to a trial of man. I say, thou hast belied mine innocent child, and she lies buried with her ancestors, oh, in a tomb.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say, not right, old man.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou killst me, boy, thou wilt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us, and men indeed. But this no matter, let him kill one first.
Brother.
Content yourself, God knows I love my niece, and she is dead. Slandered to death by villains, that there as well answer a man as I take a serpent by the tongue.
Brother Anthony.
Come, 'tis no matter, do not you meddle, let me deal in this.
Gentlemen, both, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death. But on my honor, she is charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord, my lord.
I will not hear you.
No? No? Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
Shall, or some of us would smart for it.
Ah, see, here comes the man we went to seek.
Good senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, senor. You are almost come to part almost afray.
We had like to have had our noses bit off by two old men without teeth. We are high proof with melancholy and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
Shall I speak a word in your ear? You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I shall protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard has fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him. Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humor.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
But soft you, pluck up, let me be, and be sad. Did he not say my brother was fled? How now? 2 of my brother's people bound? Borachio 1?
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these people done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth, and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answers? This constable is too cunning to be understood. Who have you offended?
Sweet prince, let me go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me? And let this count kill me. I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms cannot discover, these shallow fools have brought to the light. Who in the night overheard me confessing to this man was Don John, your brother, who incensed me to slander the lady Hero. Who you saw afar the club was me court Margaret in Hero's garments. How you disgraced her, when you should marry her. The lady Hero is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison while he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee on to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
Sweet Hero.
Marry, sir, it is thought by this time our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonardo of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonardo and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you look on your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy own breath hast killed my innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not quite. Thou beliest thyself. For here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it.
I know not how to pray your patience, but I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself, and impose upon me what penance you can lie upon my sin. For I sinned not, but in mistaking.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. And tomorrow morning, come you to my house. Since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that's dead. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, fare you well.
Farewell, my lords. We will look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
The God of love that sits above and knows me. How pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving.
Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried, can find out no rhyme to lady, but baby, an innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms.
Lady Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came for, which is knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
You have frightened the word out of its right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I will hear from him shortly, or I must prescribe him a coward. Now tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintained so politic a state of evil that they would not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart! If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours. I cannot love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. And there will I leave you, for here comes one in haste.
Madame, you must come to your uncle. Yonder's old coiled home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused, and the prince and Claudio mightily abused. And Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death in garden of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising her when I am dumb. Now, music, sound, and sing your solemn hymn.
Pardon, goddess of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, for the which with songs of woe round about her tomb they go. Midnight, assist our moan, help us to sigh and groan heavily, heavily. Graves yawn and yield your dead, till death be uttered heavily, heavily.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio upon the error that you heard debated.
Well, I am glad all things sort so well.
Daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdrawn to a chamber by yourselves, and when I call for you, come hither, masked. The prince and Claudio hath promised by this hour to visit me. Brother, you know your part. You must be father to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Good den to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. Are you yet determined this day to be married to my brother's daughter? Call her forth, brother. We are ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not do until you take her hand and swear by this friar to marry her.
Give me your hand before this holy friar. I am your husband if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certainer. One hero died of gossip and ill reputation, but I do live.
The former hero? The hero that is dead?
Oh, she died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement, can I qualify? When after the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Why then, your uncle the prince and Claudio had been deceived, for they would have sworn you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why then, my cousin Ursula and Margaret were much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no matter, then you do not love me?
No, truly, no more than friendly recompense.
I am sure that you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For here is a letter, written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection onto Benedict.
A miracle, our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, partly to save your life, for I was told you're in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth with it.
You certainly never shall.
I tell thee what, Prince, a college of wit crackers could not flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? In brief, since I do propose to marry, I shall hear nothing that the world has to say against it, and therefore never flout at me for what I have said against it.
For man is a giddy thing, and that is my conclusion.
Claudio, for thine part I did think to have beaten thee, but that thou art to be my kinsman, live unbruised and love my cousin.
Come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our husbands' heels.
We'll have dancing afterwards.
First of my word, therefore play music.
My lord, your brother John.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I will devise thee brave punishments for he.
Strike up, pipers!
Huzzah!